Good morning. Yeah, first actual today question of today was why not? It's from Melanie. Yeah, this is a name we know. Definitely from high school, maybe from elementary school. Oh, I can't remember. If I had a little picture book, I could look and check. Anyway, how you doing? All right. So Melanie said some very nice things, to which I'll say thank you. That's very nice of you. And the question is, what's the evidence or your experience with this virus and this new concern of it related to the Kawasaki virus? Yeah, okay. Trick question. You almost got me there. So there's this thing called Kawasaki disease. It occurs in children, and it's a sort of an all-over inflammatory response for reasons that still are not clear. We know pretty well what the disease looks like. We do not really know what causes this. There have been speculations that it might be something to do with a virus. And there's a lot of viruses that have been considered, but included among those are human coronaviruses. And I think they're mostly considered because we know that kids have to deal with these. There was a paper I think showed that human children, not children of your species, yeah, human children had acquired at least once all four of the major human coronaviruses by the age of 5 years old. And this was something like 99% of kids. Basically, everybody has got every coronavirus out there except for the bad ones. So there was not any circulating MERS or SARS coronavirus 2 in preschool, but all the other ones are, man, making the rounds. And so it was considered with that. I know somebody who checked for that. They looked inside. A person who had Kawasaki disease published a paper on it, weren't able to find any sign of coronavirus or any virus, but that was just in one patient, and there have been other people looking and trying to figure it out. Because you could have a case where somebody has Kawasaki disease and also happens to have a virus, and the two may not be related. Or maybe something like where you get the virus and then 6 months later you get Kawasaki disease, something like that. There's a model for that sort of thing that may happen with some cases of type 1 diabetes, where it can be one of several different viruses that just kind of provokes an immune response that ends up destroying part of your pancreas that then leads you to have diabetes the rest of your life. But again, you can model these things in mice pretty well, but actually trying to figure out in a real human being what the heck happened some point in the past, when you don't really know when, that led to the present condition. That is very difficult stuff. And yeah, so we don't have a Kawasaki virus yet. I'm imagining like a little Kawasaki motorcycle revving sound in the background. Yeah, but I know people are looking for it, and there are definitely some similarities. A lot of the symptoms that you see in kids with COVID look similar to the symptoms that you see in Kawasaki disease, which probably means, you know, the symptoms you remember are just coming from what the immune system or what your body is doing about the disease or in response to whatever it thinks is wrong. And so it's probably a very similar immune response. Now, whether it's got the same cause or not, we do not know. Because remember, there are all these different viruses that cause something like what we call the common cold. And the viruses have almost nothing in common with each other, but they land in the same part in your lungs or, you know, up in your bronchi. And they cause the same sort of reaction, which is called an inflammatory response, which is kind of a generic immune system turns on sort of response. So, yeah, that is still a mystery. That is an interesting mystery. And, yeah, I hope somebody out there will report on it and find something soon because, yeah, it's a very serious problem in those kids. And it would also help us potentially understand what's going on in coronavirus. And we may even learn how to turn off some of that immune response, like different methods other than the ones that are being tried now. And yeah, I think the world needs those right now. So there you go. Thank you very much. Great question. All right, this is Ask Dr. Penn.